Welcome back to the Premier League then, guys. It's back this Saturday. We go to Fulham away at Craven Cottage, 5:30 kickoff. And look, it's a chance to get another 3 points on the board and get those 3 points before Liverpool play, which is again a difficult game for them, Man United, on Sunday. So look, we're going to get into the preview. We'll go through the team lineups, what we believe will be the team, the head-to-head records, Fulham, Arsenal, the lot. We'll go through it all. And look, it's a great opportunity to cement and stamp our authority at the top of the table. Because at the start of the season, we didn't think, especially with the way the games were going, Liverpool winning every game in the dying minutes, and then we lost that one game, drew to City. We never thought we'll be sitting top of the league, albeit a one single point, but it could be four on Saturday. So we've got to take this game with great importance, and getting those 3 points at all costs is a must. Now, on paper, you would think Arsenal will absolutely roll over Fulham, and you could say Fulham will roll over for Arsenal if you want to put it that way. But we've known in the last couple of seasons, when it comes to Fulham, especially away, we've not been winning there. We might have been dominating the game for large parts of the game itself, but somehow Fulham find a way or two to get the better of us. Whether that's a draw or a win, whatever it may be, they find ways to hurt us. Whether that's a set piece, counter attack, the crowd, whatever it is, Fulham always find a way to hurt us. So we need to take this game with great importance, and we need to make sure we perform defensively to a T. Because if there's any room for errors, if we start making errors ourselves, Fulham will capitalise, and before you know it, we could be sitting third or fourth in the league just like that. You click your fingers, and just like that, we could be sitting fourth if all the teams around us win their games. So this is how important the game is. We're only 7-8 games in. You lose one game, draw even, you could be going down 4 positions. So look, this is the team that Fulham played against Bournemouth. The last game was over 2 weeks ago. They played on a Friday night, remember. Bernd Leno, we know this keeper well. They play with a 3 at the back. Obviously, when they've not got the ball, that transforms into a back 5. So Diop, Anderson and Bassi, and then they've got Castagna and Ryan Sessegnon on either side. I'm not sure why Anthony Robinson's not been getting much game time. He was one of the best left-backs in the league last season, especially his attacking output. But I do have a feeling he could be playing this game. In the middle, Sasa Lukic, Sander Berge, and then the top 3, Harry Wilson, Josh King and Iwobi. So we know Iwobi well. They've got the likes of Smith Rowe as well on the bench. Did Nelson go there on loan again? I can't remember. And if you look at their last 5-6 games, they lost to Bournemouth 3-1. They was in the lead in that game 1-0. They lost the game before that as well, 3-1 to Villa. There was 1-0 ahead as well. They won the Carabao Cup 1-0, beat Brentford at home 3-1, beat Leeds 1-0, and they lost to Chelsea, which to me was quite unfortunate, especially with that goal being wiped off when Fulham scored. But look, they've won 3 and lost 3 out of their last 6. More importantly, they've lost the last 2 in the league by 3-1, but they have scored the first goal. So we've got to make sure we're on our A game, because they do like an early goal, or they do, normally break the deadlock in recent times. So we've got to, Fulham are not going to be, destroying us. They ain't going to have more of the ball. There's no way on earth that happens. But with the chances they get on the transition, on the counter, set pieces, they're going to want to, make it count. They're going to be training and working on that all week. Fulham's coach and, the staff and all that, they're going to try and find ways to hurt us. And the most easiest way you can think of hurting us, or the most, likelihood chance of hurting Arsenal's defence, is going to be a set piece. Ball goes into the box, have a bit of a scramble, whatever, get good contact, and it's a goal. From open play, we've conceded 1 goal, and that was against Haaland. on the counter. It's very unlikely they'll score from open play. So we've got to make sure defensively, we keep it shut. So the head-to-head then, in recent times, like I've said, it's not been all that great for Arsenal. Even though it's a London derby, it's not one of those games where, it's not like a Chelsea, it's not the Spuds, it's not even a West Ham, even though West Ham are really poor at the minute. Fulham's one of them, it's a quiet game. You go away to Craven Cottage, but for whatever reason recently, we just can't get a result there. So the last game, most recent one, in April, we won 2-1. I know I watched the game. I know I watched the full 90 minutes, but for whatever reason, I can't remember that. Maybe because it was sandwiched between the Madrid games and the Champions League back then, obviously was priority. So it doesn't live long in the memory. Before that, Fulham, we drew 1-1 last season away. The season before, we lost 2-1 there, and then we drew 2-2 at Emirates, which I remember they scored right at the end. They even had 10 men, and Arteta, for some reason, when we went 2-1 up, I think Nketiah scored a penalty or a last-minute goal. Not a last-minute goal, but like the 80th minute. He starts bringing on a defender for an attacker, and he just invited the pressure. They get a corner kick, and I think it was Paulinho who equalised. So we can't be playing with that sort of mindset. We need to be winning by 2 goals at least, so we're not, leaving that sort of opportunity or chance for them. Now, the 4 before that, we won 3 and drew 1. But we've not won away to Fulham since the 12th of March 2023, and that was a convincing 3-0 display. I believe Gabriel scored ahead of that game as well, or was it the Saliba from outside the box? Something like that. But yeah, it's going to be, it's over 2 years since we won at Craven Cottage, so it's gonna be that's why it's even more of a massive game. The build up towards this game, the media gonna try and put us off that we've not won there for more than 2 years and this and that and blah blah blah. But look, we've just got to win. Going off the recent record, we've won 1 of the last 4, which isn't great. That's a 25% win record in the last 4 games. But this is a brand new game. It's after the international break. None of our players have been injured in the international break, which is rare to say, because the last season, every international break, Calafiori was rolling over, Odegaard, Saka, Rice, the lot. They was just coming back with injuries. This season, we've not had that. Although we've got a few injuries, Odegaard's obviously out for another 6 to 8 weeks. Nketiah is back in training. Yeah, he was training this afternoon, so that's a good sign. Defensively, we've got no injuries whatsoever. Attack, we can score. We've got a bit of rotation in there, even the likes of Odegaard being out, but the defence is the most important, and everyone is available. So the lineup then, this is going to be a great lineup, because look, Arteta, since the international break, like I just said, we've not had any injuries. Arteta's got to see who's available in terms of being the most match fitness and, the travelling, especially the guys from Brazil and all that lot. But I think Arteta is not going to really change it up that much, apart from the ones that he's going to have to be forced into. So David Raya plays in net. He didn't play a single minute for Spain, so he's fresh. On the left, Calafiori plays. He played 2 games for Italy, but he's got to start ahead of Skelly. Skelly will be an important player, squad player this season, but at the minute, I know he played the last game for England. At the minute, Calafiori gets in for me. That physical presence and that, defensive, confidence and ability is a little bit more superior to Lewis Skelly at this moment in time. And to partner him will be Gabriel on the left-sided and the Saliba on the other side. And then we're obviously going to go with Timber. He's been playing as a centre-back for Holland. Well, we say Holland, but the Netherlands. But he's going to play as a right-back for me. Ben White doesn't start that game. In midfield, Zubimendi plays. I know he got 60 minutes a couple of days ago for Spain, and he had the other game as well. But Zubimendi has to play. Rice has to play as well. And then, because Odegaard's injured, do we put Eze there? Do we put Marino? Again, who has scored 2 great goals for Spain and could have had a hat-trick. He won the penalty, but Oyarzabal decides to take it and doesn't let him get his second hat-trick for Spain in as many as 2 months. But, yeah, it is what it is. So, is it Mikel Merino, Ethan Nwaneri or Eze? I know everyone's going to want Eze there. He scored for England as well. Mikel Merino, if Arteta does do that, I'm not going to be completely mad at him because I can understand. But I'm going to put Eze. Arteta likes putting Mikel Merino on there because he's dangerous in both boxes. He can score. He wins a lot of headers. His aerial duel winning percentage is off the limits, off the charts. And then defensively in the box, he's a lot better than Eze. So this is why Arteta likes to play Mikel Merino. He's important in both boxes. We have to understand that. But for me, Eze starts. We try and get the early goals, and then Merino can come on afterwards. Up top, it's got to be Gyökeres. I believe Havertz is coming back shortly. He's in the last bit of his rehab. So that's good. And then on the right, Saka plays. On the left, I'm going to give Martinelli. He has to give Martinelli a game. He scored for Brazil as well, didn't he? So we've had quite a lot of our attackers score goals this season in the international break. The most recent one, Merino, Saka, Martinelli, Eze. There's a few who have scored this international break. So that's the team for me. And then obviously our bench is going to be full of talent. You've got the likes of, Ethan Nwaneri, Max Dowman, and a few others, even defensive players will there. Norgard will hopefully be back. But that's the team. I think it speaks for itself. I don't think Arteta needs to overthink this. I believe that should be the team to start the game. Martinelli deserves this start. He's been scoring for Brazil and Arsenal in the minutes he's been given. Martinelli starts ahead of Trossard. Oh yeah, Trossard scored for Belgium as well. But Martinelli gets the nod in for me. It's going to be away. He usually finds more space away because the home side normally come out a little bit more. So Martinelli, hopefully, it will suit him. In terms of the prediction, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Arsenal. I was going to say 2-1, but I just don't see Fulham scoring. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 to Arsenal. I think it should be an easy day at the job. Just tick all the boxes. Don't come back with any injuries. Don't come back with any red cards. Maybe get a yellow or two, but don't make it hard for yourself. Just try and, cancel the noise out. Get that early goal in the first 20 minutes. Seal the game before the 60th minute. Make a few changes. Prepare for Atletico Madrid, and on we go. So yeah, that's my thoughts.